Okay, so here is the update to export your After Effects banner so that you can actually make an SWF file out of it for your web page, which is your final. So I have opened up my banner in After Effects CC 2014, which is what I have at home. And there are a few extra steps that you need to do and a couple of extra programs that you need to have in order to complete this. If you are using After Effects CS6, then you don't really need to worry about this because you can export directly to SWF like I showed you in the initial video. So now what you have to do is File, Export like I showed you before, but you're going to actually add to Adobe Media Encoder queue. Click that and it will start Adobe Media Encoder, which is another program that comes with Creative Cloud. Once it opens, you will see that in your queue window you have your website banner or whatever your project happens to be called, and then all you really need to worry about, if your default is H.264, just leave it at that. If not, just use this drop down menu to find H.264, not the Blu-ray, just the regular. That is going to encode your video as an MP4. Then just click on this output file and navigate to where you're going to save it, and you're basically going to make a video, an MP4 video that you are going to put back into Flash and then export it as an SWF. It's a couple of extra steps, but it'll at least get us what we need to complete the assignment. Once you specify where you want it to go, just click this little green Start Queue button, and down here you will actually see the progress, and when it's done you will have your banner complete to put into Flash. Now that my banner is complete, I can close Adobe Media Encoder. I can also go ahead and close After Effects. I will not be needing it anymore. And then I'm going to open up Flash. You will need Flash for project number 5, so you're going to need it anyways. So if you don't already have it, get it so we can complete this part. This is the initial page that you see when you start up Flash. I am not going to run through all of Flash with you now. I am going to have more time to do that with Project 5. So just follow my instructions, click on ActionScript 3.0, which is the language that Flash uses. And when you get to this point, you can see your stage, which actually is not the right size. If you recall, our banner was 750 by 200. So on the right hand side, in your Properties tab, in this panel here, for size, click that, type in 750 by 200. Don't worry about the frames per second. Holding the space bar lets you pan around. You can also use these little scrolls on either side of the scene preview and the stage. Now I'm going to import a video. I'm going to go ahead and browse the video, website banner. If you did not see it in the initial browse window, you have to navigate to wherever you saved your video. Next, it's asking for skinning. I'm choosing none. What the skinning does is it's the play controls for your video, but since we're just making a banner that's going to loop, you don't have to worry about play controls. So just click this where it says skin and choose none. It's all the way at the top if you don't see it right away. Then just click finish. And it's going to take a few seconds, but your video should show up and fill up. There it is. The way that the timeline is set up, the video is going to play through its entirety and loop as long as you create an SWF file from it. It doesn't look like there's much going on because you have one little frame here in your entire timeline, but the video is nested in this one frame, so as long as you export it as an SWF, it should play just fine. So now what we're going to do is save your file that you're currently working on. Save it in your project folder. Call it banner. It's going to save an FLA, which is a working Flash document. And what that does is now everything that you export or preview is going to create a file in your project folder. So now that I have it saved, I can hit Control Enter. That will give me a preview of my movie. Of course, this all comes up. Cancel that. Here's the preview of my movie. It seems to be working just fine. And after I preview it, you can see that it actually created an SWF file. That is actually the preview that I'm looking at, but Flash automatically creates it when you do a preview. So that is how you create your banner. That SWF file is what you're going to turn in. So there are a few extra steps. You are going to need Adobe Media Encoder and Flash, but as you can see, I get the same result. So hopefully that helps, and we'll continue on with Flash in project number 5.